Have you ever heard of a general who never lost a single battle? A commander so brilliant, so feared on the battlefield that he earned the title the Sword of Allah. Today, we're diving into the incredible life of Khalid ibn al Walid, a figure whose story reads like an epic of strategy, conversion, and conquest. From a fierce opponent of early Islam to its most formidable champion, Khalid's journey is one of the most fascinating in world history. How did one man change the course of empires and help forge one of the largest in history? Stick around as we uncover the legend of the undefeated general. Our story begins in Mecca, around the year 592. Khalid was born into the Banu Muqsim clan of the powerful Quraysh tribe, the same tribe as the Prophet Muhammad. But in these early days, they were far from allies. Khalid was raised in the heart of pre-Islamic Arabian society, trained from a young age in the arts of warfare, horsemanship, sword fighting, and military strategy. He quickly became known for his physical prowess and sharp mind. As a prominent member of the Quraysh elite, Khalid was a staunch defender of their traditions and beliefs. So, when the Prophet Muhammad began preaching the message of Islam, a monotheistic faith that challenged the very foundations of Meccan society, Khalid stood in firm opposition. This opposition wasn't just ideological, it was demonstrated on the battlefield. The year 625, during the Battle of Uhud, the early Muslims faced the Quraysh army. The battle was nearly a decisive victory for the Muslims, but Khalid, commanding a cavalry unit on the flank, saw an opportunity. Noticing a group of Muslim archers leaving their strategic post against orders, he executed a brilliant and devastating flanking maneuver. His cavalry charged from behind, turning the tide of the battle and inflicting heavy losses on the Muslims. This single act cemented his reputation as a military genius, but also as one of the most dangerous enemies of the new faith. It was a day of great sorrow for the Muslims, and Khalid was the architect of their near defeat. But history has a way of taking unexpected turns. Just a few years later, in 629, something profound changed within Khalid. The tide of power was shifting in Arabia, and the message of Islam was gaining more and more followers. Perhaps he saw the truth in its teachings, or maybe he recognized the unifying power of the Prophet's leadership. Whatever the exact reason, Khalid ibn al Walid, the man who had once fought so fiercely against the Muslims, traveled to Medina and declared his faith, converting to Islam. This was a monumental moment. The Muslims had not just gained a new believer, they had gained one of the finest military minds of the age. The Prophet himself recognized his potential and welcomed him, a decision that would have far-reaching consequences for the future of Islam. With his conversion, Khalid's immense talents were now pledged to a new cause. He quickly rose through the ranks, his strategic acumen on full display. During the Rashidun Caliphate, which followed the Prophet's passing, Khalid became the go-to general for the most challenging campaigns. The first Caliph, Abu Bakr, entrusted him with leading the Muslim armies during the Ridda Wars, a series of campaigns to quell rebellions across Arabia and unify the peninsula under Islamic rule. Khalid's leadership was decisive. He moved with lightning speed, employing brilliant tactics to defeat forces that often vastly outnumbered his own. His success in unifying Arabia paved the way for the next stage of Islamic expansion, a stage where Khalid would face two of the world's superpowers, the Byzantine and Sassanid Persian empires. This is where Khalid's legend was truly forged. Sent to the front lines against the mighty Byzantine Empire in Syria, he faced a massive professional army. The culmination of this campaign was the Battle of Yarmouk in 636. The Byzantines had gathered an enormous force, intending to crush the Muslim army once and for all. Outnumbered, Khalid's genius shone brighter than ever. He reorganized the entire army, unified the command structure under his leadership, and used his deep understanding of terrain and cavalry tactics. Over 6 days, he orchestrated a masterful battle plan using mobility, surprise, and coordinated charges to exhaust and ultimately shatter the Byzantine forces. The victory at Yarmouk was a turning point in history, opening the door for the Muslim conquest of Syria and the entire Levant. It is considered one of the most decisive battles ever fought. Simultaneously, Khalid was also involved in campaigns against the other great power of the era, the Sassanid Persian Empire. Though historical accounts sometimes vary on his exact role in every battle, his influence was undeniable. He led lightning campaigns into Iraq, employing psychological warfare and innovative tactics to demoralize his enemies. He was known for his blitzkrieg style of warfare long before the term was ever invented, moving his troops rapidly across deserts to appear where least expected. His strategies often involved turning the enemy's strength into a weakness, using their large numbers against them by forcing them into terrain where they couldn't maneuver effectively. Through a series of stunning victories, Khalid laid the groundwork for the eventual collapse of the centuries-old Sassanid Empire. His name became synonymous with victory. So, what made Khalid such an unparalleled military commander? It wasn't just one thing, but a combination of extraordinary qualities. Firstly, his strategic planning was meticulous. He was a master of intelligence gathering and using spies to understand the enemy's strengths and weaknesses before a battle even began. Secondly, he was a master of deception and surprise. He would often march his army through harsh, unexpected terrain, like the waterless desert, to strike the enemy from an unguarded direction. Thirdly, he was personally courageous, often fighting in the front lines, which inspired immense loyalty and bravery in his soldiers. He understood the psychology of warfare, knowing when to press an advantage and when to feign retreat. His use of a mobile reserve cavalry, ready to plug gaps or exploit openings, was a hallmark of his tactical brilliance and a key to his undefeated record. Despite his unparalleled success and his title the Sword of Allah, bestowed upon him by the Prophet, Khalid's career came to a surprising end. When Umar ibn al-Khattab became the second caliph, he made the controversial decision to dismiss Khalid from his high command. The reasons are debated by historians. Some suggest Caliph Umar feared that the people were beginning to attribute victories to Khalid rather than to God, creating a cult of personality. Others point to differences in personality and approach. Umar was known for his strict administration and piety, while Khalid was a pure military man. Whatever the reason, Khalid, ever loyal, accepted the decision without protest and continued to serve as a subordinate soldier under other commanders, a testament to his character and dedication to his faith. In the year 642, Khalid ibn al Walid, the man who had fought in over 100 battles without a single defeat, died not on the battlefield, but peacefully in his bed in Homs, Syria. It's said that on his deathbed, he lamented that he had sought martyrdom in battle his entire life, yet was destined to die at home. His body was covered in scars from combat, a map of his life as a warrior. But his legacy was secure. Khalid ibn al Walid is remembered as one of the greatest military commanders in history. Often compared to the likes of Alexander the Great or Genghis Khan, his campaigns dramatically expanded the early Islamic empire, shaping the map of the world as we know it. But beyond his military genius, his story is one of profound transformation and unwavering loyalty. He remains an icon of strategic brilliance and a powerful symbol of strength and faith. And that's the incredible story of Khalid ibn al Walid, the Sword of Allah, a man whose life shows us that our greatest opponent can become our greatest champion, and that true genius can change the course of history. What do you find most impressive about his life? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next historical deep dive. We'll see you in the next one.